Krásný dobrý den. Today I am going to teach you two words that are really useful, LZE a NELZE. What are these mysterious words? Maybe you already know what I'm talking about, maybe not. What's interesting about these two words is that in spoken Czech you might not hear them as often, but in written Czech you can see them pretty often. And that's why I want to bring them to your attention, because when you read something many times, manuals for example, or an explanation, you would find these words in there. Let's take a look. Jdeme na to. Ahoj, vítejte na mém kanále Czech by Zuzka, kde vám pomocí angličtiny vysvětluju českou gramatiku. It is very simple. LZE can be translated as is possible to or can. NELZE means it is not possible, it can't. So you're basically saying that something can be done, LZE, or it cannot be done, NELZE. NELZE. These words are formal. It's less likely that you would use them yourself, but if you need to be formal, then you will find these words very handy and elegant. They are not verbs because we do not conjugate them. They are adverbs that work as a predicate. They work as a verb while not being a verb. It's not important what they are. What is important is that you can use them to say that something can be done or cannot be done. LZE, NELZE. These are the only two forms that you will find. You only talk about something, it. It can be done, it cannot be done. So you would usually have an infinitive after them. Let's take a look at some examples. It is really easy to use these words. Let's take a look at some examples. Lze to udělat rychleji. Lze to. So we know that lze means it can be done faster. Lze. You can train the pronunciation. Lze. Lze. Lze to udělat rychleji. This is formal. In informal Czech, mostly spoken, you could easily replace this by the verb jde, which means to go. We also use it exactly in the same way and also in the third person, that something is possible or not. You can say jde to, nejde to. So when you speak, you would probably go for this option. Jde to udělat rychleji. And in very formal Czech, you could find this word, lze. Lze to udělat rychleji. Z listu lze připravit čaj. Lze. So something is possible. Something is possible to prepare. We'll start from the end. Tea can be prepared from the leaves. Or literally, from the leaves, it is possible to prepare tea. Lze. And we could say jde. Z listu jde připravit čaj. Informal Czech. Z listu lze připravit čaj. Formal Czech. For example, in a description of a product. Další věta. This is a question. Lze odstranit skvrnu od kávy? Lze. So is it possible to remove a coffee stain? We say stain from coffee in Czech. Odstranit is to remove. Can a coffee stain be removed? Or jde odstranit skvrnu od kávy. And we can also use the negative form when something is not possible. Nelze s ním diskutovat. Nelze. It is not possible to have a discussion with him. Nelze s ním diskutovat. Nelze. Or you could say nejde. That would be the spoken Czech informal. Nejde. Nejde s ním diskutovat. And formal Czech, nelze, nelze. Tuto chorobu nelze vyléčit. Nelze. Nelze vyléčit. It cannot be cured. What cannot be cured? This disease. This disease cannot be cured. Or it is not possible. Informally, tuto chorobu nejde vyléčit. So remember, lze, it's possible to. Nelze, it's not possible. As you can see, there is always an infinitive after that. Lze udělat, lze připravit, lze odstranit, nelze diskutovat, nelze vyléčit. You can also find these words by themselves, LZE, NELZE, if you make a quick note. For example, you want to write, this is not possible, and it's clear from the context. Maybe you cross a word out and say, NELZE, NELZE. Ještě jednou, LZE, NELZE. Easy, right? Now it's time to practice these words in this exercise. What is it that you need to do? These 6 phrases contain the verbs jde, nejde. Something is possible, is not possible. As I mentioned previously, you can use the verb jde, nejde to express exactly the same thing but informally. Now I want you to replace jde and nejde simply by the words LZE and NELZE, and that will make the sentences formal. For example, if you need to use it in a formal context, manuals, academic writing, laws, etc. Pause the video and resume it when you're ready to check the exercise. Tak a tady to je číslo 1. Instead of saying jde to říct i lépe or jde to říct i lépe, you could write or say very formally lze to říct i lépe. Zde nejde platit kartou and you could say zde nelze platit kartou. Nelze. Žádost nejde změnit. Žádost nelze změnit. Příklady jde najít v této knize. Příklady lze najít v této knize. Co z tohoto textu jde zjistit? And we could say, co z tohoto textu lze zjistit? Lze zjistit. Starého auta se nejde jen tak zbavit. Starého auta se nelze jen tak zbavit. I hope that this easy exercise made you memorize the words LZE, NELZE. Remember, very elegant solutions for formal language. Feel free to share your experience with these words. Maybe you have seen it written somewhere. Did you understand the meaning? Budu se těšit, I'll be looking forward. To je ode mě všechno. Uvidíme se příští týden. Mějte se. Čau, čau.